Okay, I've got my pen, but just before we go back to FileZilla, there's something that I want to really make sure that you understand. It's the golden rule, the one and only golden rule about FTP, about uploading. Okay, this is the golden rule. Now, at your hosting company, there are lots of various folders that will make up your website. You don't need to worry about any of them apart from one. Imagine, if you like, it's like a cabinet full of loads of drawers, okay? All you need to do, every time you want anything to be online, you need to make sure it goes into a certain drawer, if you like, or a certain folder. So what I'm saying is, when you upload something to your hosting company, there is a particular folder at your hosting company that you need to make sure you upload everything into. And we're going to go and, of course, do this in a few moments' time. In fact, we're going to do this in this video. This folder has got the name of public_HTML. I know it sounds technical, particularly if you are a newcomer, but let me just recap what I'm saying. Let's go through this one more time. When you FTP, and FTP means upload, so when you upload anything, if you want that thing to be online, which of course you do, which is why you're uploading, you want to make sure that whatever it is you are uploading goes into a particular folder at your hosting company. You will have a few folders. The folder that you want to make sure you upload everything into is called, what's it called? You got it. Public_HTML. I know it sounds a bit techie, but you don't need to worry about that at all. Just remember public_HTML. That's all you really need to remember about uploading. Okay, let's now go back to FileZilla and I'll show you exactly what I'm talking about. Okay, so I'm back now at FileZilla, and when you click on FileZilla to open it on your computer, this is what it will look like. Now, there's actually two sides to it, although you may not realize that. These are the two sides. Firstly, on the left-hand side here, this side here, and in fact it says here, local site. Can you see that? The words local site. So everything here is your local site. What does that mean? Basically, that means it's your computer. Everything here is a mirror image of what's on your computer at home. And let me show you exactly what I mean by that. It's split into two separate sections, a top and a bottom section. So if I click on something in the top here, the contents of what I've clicked on will appear in the bottom. So let's imagine desktop is a good example. So if I click on desktop, which I will in a second, the contents of my desktop, so let's just quickly go back to my desktop. Here is my desktop at my computer. All these things are on it. So that's on my desktop right now. So let's go back to FileZilla. So if I click on desktop here in FileZilla, it will show me all the contents that we just saw in this window below. So let me do that and you'll see, click on desktop. There you go. All these folders and files are on my desktop. Great. Okay. So that's my local site. Let me grab my pen again. On the right hand side here, in all this space, this is known as the remote site. I put a red line through it accidentally, but that does actually say remote. In fact, let me get rid of my pen so you can see that properly. There we go. Remote site. What is the remote site? The remote site is everything that's at your web hosting company. Now, you may not think it to look at this, but in a second we will be seeing some files and things. It will look like it's on your computer because you're looking at it on your computer monitor, but actually it's quite incredible. You're not. You're looking at whatever is at your server, at your hosting company, wherever that is in the world. It might be thousands of miles away, but you're actually seeing it on your computer. Now, over here on the right-hand side, look, it's saying not connected to any server. That's why we're not seeing anything, because we haven't yet connected to our hosting company. But we're about to, and I hope you're ready. This is how we connect to our hosting company. At the very top here, we need to type in 3 fields: host, username, and password. Now, the username and the password would have been emailed to you when you created your hosting account. Remember me saying how important it is that you do not lose that email. This is why you need to know your hosting username and your hosting password. So make sure you have those handy. I'll come on to mine in a second. But let's fill in the first field first. Host. What does this mean? Well, simply this means we type in as follows. We type in FTP, then a dot. Then we type in our domain name without the www dot at the beginning. So, in my case, it's How to Draw Like a Pro, almost forgot the name there, howtodrawlikeapro.com. So I literally type in how to draw like a pro.com. So just to recap, what have I done here? I've typed in the host field FTP, then a dot, then my domain name without the www dot at the beginning. And so I've typed in ftp.howtodrawlikeapro.com. Perfect. Now my username and my password. Now what were they? I've got a copy of them here. My username is drawpro. Fine. And my password was ABC123, which incidentally I will have changed by the time you're seeing this video. Not that I don't trust you, but any video that's out there like this now is, if I give a username and a password to a live website, you know, somebody could go on and change things, which would be rather embarrassing. But at the moment, that's my username and my password. Now, I'm now going to connect, and all I'm going to do is literally press this one button, and this will link up my computer at home to my web host's computer. As soon as I do, keep an eye out here on the right hand side, because you will now see some files and some things appear, and you'll see some stuff chugging along at the top here as well. So let's hit quick connect, and look, some stuff is happening here. Don't need to really worry about what that is. And look, boom, some files have appeared here, and some folders and some stuff. Isn't it exciting? Now, what was the folder that I said we always upload into? Remember? I'm sure you do remember. It was this one here, wasn't it? public_HTML. This is the folder that we want to make sure that we upload into. So we need to open up this folder. We do that by simply double left clicking on it. So make sure your mouse is over the folder, double left click, and it will open. We're now seeing, although you may not realize, we're actually seeing the contents of our public_HTML folder. It's exactly the same as I was explaining about the local site. Whatever we click on at the top here, we see in the window below. In the top window here, in our remote site, look, we've clicked on public_HTML, and if you look closely, you can see that it's actually open, and therefore below we're seeing the contents. Now, there are hardly any contents because, of course, we haven't uploaded anything. There's a thing called CGI bin. Don't need to worry about that. But what we are going to do now is we're going to upload something. How are we for time? Let's do something right now, very quickly. Let's upload something. And I'll tell you what I'm going to upload. I'm going to upload my ebook, my test ebook that we made a few videos ago. So I'm scrolling down here on my local site on the left-hand side, and I've got desktop selected at the top, and I'm seeing the contents of my desktop. And remember, we called it, did we call it Test Chris or Chris Test? I can't remember. Let me scroll back up again. There we go, we called it Chris Test, didn't we? There is my ebook, my PDF. Look, christest.pdf. So this is on my computer at home. Over here are the web files at my hosting company. We want to transfer this over here. This is how we do it. Now, there's many ways that you can actually transfer this to your hosting company. You can click and drag if you like. I prefer to do this. I prefer to highlight whatever it is I want to upload, right click on it, and one of the options will say upload. I'm going to click on this now. When I do, just look at the bottom down here. You'll just see some activity. That's just allowing you to know that something is happening and you are uploading something. And again, if this is the first time you've ever done this, really, really well done. So let's click on upload. Are you ready? I'm going to click on this. You'll see some action down here, and then you will also see my ebook pop over here and just appear here. It will also remain on my computer. I'm just uploading a copy of it to my hosting account. Let's click on upload. Look, some bits and pieces going on down here. Look, boom. Did you see that? It's now appeared on my right-hand side. Now again, this looks like I'm looking at my computer at home, doesn't it? Here on my remote site, but actually I'm not. I'm actually looking at my web host's computer. Now this is now telling me that my ebook called christest.pdf is now on the web. So why don't we go to the web and have a look? Now remember this name, it's called christest.pdf, okay? christest.pdf. Let's go back to the web. Okay, let's open up a new page here at the web and let's go and see our ebook. Now, remember at the beginning of Module 2 I was explaining how web pages work, and we've uploaded an ebook to our website. So we type in our website's address, then slash then the name of the ebook. Let me show you. So let's type in www.how to draw like a pro.com, but it's the ebook that we want to see, and that was saved as Chris Test, wasn't it? So then we type in a slash and then the name of the ebook, which was Chris Test.pdf. Remember how I was explaining how web pages work, and we need to put in the full address of what we are looking at, our URL. So how to draw like a pro.com/christest.pdf. Let's hit enter. Are you ready for this? Now, live on the web, and I always get excited when I see this, is going to be, look at that! How exciting! Our test ebook that we made a couple of videos ago. And look, this isn't on my computer. Well, it's a copy is still on my computer, but I'm actually looking live on the web. And if you want to go to this address right now, literally you will see this yourself. But note, it's online. More importantly, if you've never done this before, we've just uploaded something for the first time. Come on! And later, when we actually come back to making money online, which of course is why we're here, remember I said when we create our side door offer, we need to give a link to your prospect when they sign up to your list to get that side door offer. This is the link that we would give in the email. We would say, thanks for signing up for your free offer about how to draw a superhero. Click here, and this is the link that we would give. But we'll be going through this again more as we continue. But I hope you're just beginning to hopefully have those few more light bulbs popping off and thinking, do you know what? I know you've got 1,000 questions, I'm sure, but again, baby steps, you know, Rome wasn't built in a day. You're already coming head and shoulders above 99% of people who wouldn't even entertain learning these skills. So really well done. This video is going on a little bit long, so let's quickly finish this video with what shall I do now? Okay, so if uploading and FTP is something that's brand new to you, what I want you to do now is download FileZilla. You've just seen me do that. Then go and grab your hosting account details and connect to your account. How exciting. Then I want you to upload something, and upload your ebook if you've already created an ebook, or an image, or anything. But if you're not too sure about how to do that, don't worry, we will be continuing doing more of this. But if you have created a simple ebook, if you've been following this course step by step, then go and upload your ebook and go and see it online as well. Go to the URL, type it into your browser and actually see it on the web. And then tell your friends about it, because it's very exciting. In fact, if this is the first time you've ever uploaded anything, it's something that you will always remember. Mike Phil-Same and I were talking about this. You never forget your first time, do you, if you pardon the expression? It's so exciting. And you'll go to the restroom, and then you'll pop back and you think, gosh, I've actually got something on the web. It really is a powerful moment. I remember the first time I did it, and it is just something you don't forget. So run around the house screaming, I did it! I did it! Okay, that's optional. I've got one of my dogs with me in the office here as I make you this video, little George, and he's looking up thinking, what are you going on about, Chris? Why are you getting so excited? Okay, gosh, this was a long video. Let's stop. We've got some more techie stuff to go through, but this was by far the most complicated, and I hope you realised, you know what? It wasn't really that complicated, was it? If you're thinking to yourself, Chris, wow, if that was the most complicated, then maybe I can do this business, this affiliate marketing thing. Yes, you can. So let's continue in the next video. See you in a second.